Hey guys, I am Nishant and welcome to Cybernetico. In this video, let's talk about the difference between map and an object. So, what is a map? Map is a data structure in JavaScript that stores value in key value pairs. What is an object? Object in JavaScript is the same. A data structure in JavaScript that stores value in key value pairs. So, first of all, let's create a map and an object first. So we can say let my map equals to, we use a new map keyword to create a new map. Inside this, we have an array like this. In this, we store the data in key value pairs. For example, let's say we had a name and the name is Nishant. Okay, we don't use colon, we use comma to add the key value pairs relationship. This one is the key, this one is the value. So let's add one more called age, and this will point to, let's say, 26, a number. Let's console.log this my map and see the output. We will get this. Refresh it once and see. We are getting this thing, this map here. So name points to Nishant like this, and age points to 26. Now let me create an object. So let's say let my obj equals to this. We can add the name as, let's say, Nishant, and age as 26. Now save. Let me console.log this thing also, my obj. We will get this relationship between them. So name is Nishant and age is this. So we have a map here, a map and an object. Now let's talk about the differences between them. In the map, we have name and age. In the object, we have the same name and age. But if you see in the console, in the map, we are getting name first as key value pairs and then the age. But in case of object, we are getting age first, then the name, even if we are declaring name first. So what happens in object is it will be structured based on ascending order. But in case of map, this will be structured on the basis of creation. If we create name first, this will be first. If we create age, then we have age. Let's add one more called occupation. Occupation. Let's add engineer. Let me remove comma from here and save. We will see name, age and occupation. If we move this occupation before age, we will get the same thing. Let me add a comma here and save. We will get name, occupation and age. But in case of object, this will be structured based on ascending or descending order. Mostly ascending, not descending. Sorry. So we can add occupation as engineer. Save. We will get occupation after that. We have age like A, then N, then O, based on alphabetical ascending. Move this here and the output will be same because it's ascending. See, age, name and occupation. This was the first difference. Now the second one is this. So what's the second difference? Yes. So you see the keys here, we have name, occupation and age. We can only use this and strings here, like strings in the object. I mean, we can only use string as keys. So if you save, this will be here. The same thing we had previously. Also, we can use numbers as well. So let's add 1, then 2, then 3. It will still work. So 1 is Nishant, 2 is engineer, and 3 is 26. I think we can also use boolean values like true or false. So true, this should be. False, this should be. Okay, we'll get false as engineer and true as Nishant. So in objects, we can have strings numbers and boolean values as keys. If we add an array here, let's say 1 and 2, then save, this will throw an error because we cannot use arrays or objects as keys here. So let's say 1 and 2, save. This will be an error here because we cannot use arrays and objects as keys in objects. Fine. But if we try the same here in my map, this will work. So let me remove name and add name and age. So in the output, like in the value, we can add Nishant and the age 26. This can still be a string or number, but let's add number like this. So in this case, we will have an array in the 0th index. I mean the first one in this. We have the name and age as keys and Nishant and 26 as values. So we can add name and age as keys in, we can add array as keys here. Now, how to get data from this map and object? So in object, it's simple. We can either add object name, which is my object, or my obj dot name like this. It will give us the name Nishant. Then, or we can add the key name inside an array like this. We can add age. It will give the age here. But in case of map, we can add this. So my map dot get and the key name. So the key name is occupation like this. It will give us the occupation here. If we add age, this will give us the age. Fine. So what if we have a numeric one here? Let's say 1 and the value is 1000. If we add 1 here, this will give us undefined because it's not a string, it's a number. If we add 1 here as number, this will give us 1000 like this. So this is how we get data from the map and object. And the same difference is for adding as well. So we can use this to add in maps, which is this. So we can say the name of the map, which is my map dot set property, and we can add whatever we want to set. So let me remove this and set it here directly. So let's add 1 and its value. So let's say 1000 in number. Now if you check, let me remove this and console log this after. Let me check this, the output in the console. We will have now 4 things in this my map, which is name, age, occupation, then again age. Let me remove the age here, and this. Also one more array here. We don't need this. Okay. So you'll get name, occupation, age, and this 4th one that we just added. But in case of this, we can add it like this. So we can say my obj object. Then we can add the let's say we have 0, 1, 2, and 2. Let's add third key and equals to, let's say ABC. Now let's check in this object what we're getting. We're getting 3 as ABC because this is the key name and this is the value. So let's add dot or ABC here. Now key name will be ABC and the value will be ABC as well. One more method we have to add is this. So we can say my map dot ABC equals to the value. Here this becomes key and this becomes value. So let's change it to DEF and here as well. Now we will have 4th one, but it's not here. Okay, sorry, my object, not my map. Here you will get DEF here like this. So this is how we add data in object and map from external sources. The next one is the size, how to get the size from both. So let's try that. For the object, we can convert this inside an array into an array, because we don't have a native method of calling the size property here or length property here. So if we add my object dot length, this will throw an error that this is not an array or undefined like this. So let's add or convert this into an array. So we can say object dot values my object. Now this will be an array like this, which contains all the values. And to find the length, we can add length here, which is 5 of this object. But in case of map, we can add my map dot size. Save, and this will throw the size of this map. Now let's see the last one, which is how to spread them to get all the values inside. So how to do that in the case of map? So let's add a console log and say my map dot, we use the function, we can either use for each or map. So let's use for each here, for each. So it will take the key value pairs. So we can say value and key, or key and value, but values comes first. Value and key for map, and then we can console log these two things, which is key and value. Wait a second, what's happening? Okay, CLG console, what's I'm doing? I'm using two console logs here. Now this is fine. So console.log, then we can add the value and the key. So let's add a string literal, then we can add key, let's add colon, and then the value of the particular key. Now save this and let's check. So it's not spreaded. Let me remove this or comment this out. Now we'll see this. So we can comment this out. Fine. We can see name as Nishant, first one, occupation engineer, age this, and 1000 as this one. In case of object, we'll do something like this. We have to convert this inside one array first. So we can either use values here or entries. So let's try to use values first. So we can say converting this in an array, then use, let me remove console log first, then using for each to traverse over them. We can add value and key like this, and okay, but the problem is we have to use in an array. So key and value. So this should be, if I using key and value both, we have to make this as an entries like this. So we are using for each on them. Then let's return something from them, which is, wait, I think we have extra. So we can return the key name. I mean, not return, we can simply console.log this key name with the value. So the same thing we should do here is copy this console log and paste it. And now let's check. You will get, okay, let me comment out this one, this console log. To get this, we are getting name as Nishant, occupation engineer, age, and this. We can remove this or comment this. Okay, name Nishant, occupation engineer, and age 26. In case of this, you will get these things. Fine. Let me write one more here, that this is a map, and this is an object to clarify this. Save. We have map these 4 or 5 and object these 4. So we have to do it like this. So this is how we spread the map and object, and this is all the difference you have between map and object. So that's all for now, and please like the video, subscribe to my channel and share to make it grow more and more.